Well, hello and welcome people to the internet to another adventure. My name is Ganyonz and today we're playing some Vault of the Void. Vault of the Void has been out for a little bit, but today they just came out with a fairly large update. Not necessarily in terms of content, but technically. The game does offer crossplay now across all your iOS, Android, and of course Steam Deck devices. So if you're someone who likes to have their games at their computer, but also wants to be able to take them on the road, whether you're on the train, on the bus, maybe you're being driven to work by your significant other, who knows? If you're someone who maybe is going to be getting, swept off their feet in the middle of a game and you want to take it on the road, this one might be for you. Vault of the Void is a roguelike deck builder. Now, it's a little bit unique compared to your traditional deck builder, I would say. It makes enough changes that I would say it's unique, but it's also very similar to, your Slay the Spire likes. Now, in that same vein, I think some of these changes, I personally like the changes that were made. It's enough of the change of pace that it keeps the genre fresh, but I think there are some changes that are going to turn people away from the game. But I'm not one to say you should check out the game for yourself. Watch the video here, see what you like, see what you don't like, and see if this game is for you. So we are going to jump in, start a game, and see how it goes. We're going to start in normal. I have played a little bit, but we're going to start this off and show you what a first run would look like for you. So we have our 4 heroes. I've only unlocked the Tempest so far, but we're going to start as the Hidden. That is the one you start with. It's kind of like a rogue character, and we're going to start with the Blade. So basically there are 3 archetypes here. Trickster is still unlocked for me. There is a 3rd archetype for each character, but it will be locked. So you can choose between Bleed and Blade, and this will basically give you your starting deck, right? So you're going to have 8 basic attack cards, 8 basic block cards. You're also going to have 2 and 2 of a class specific card. Now for us, or I should say each class or each archetype or each class, that's the class archetype. Okay, so each class is going to have their own key mechanic. For us, it's called combo. Basically, we're going to build our combo meter up to a maximum of 3. When we have our combo meter, or it doesn't have to be at 3, it can be at anything. Whenever we play a card with Swift is going to spend all those combo points and cast that card X amount of times, where X is how many combo points are spent. It's really good, especially, you have stuff like this, so you're going to be dealing multiple damage and then applying a bunch of weak, bunch of vulnerable. Pretty sweet. We have a starting artifact, which, all different archetypes starts with. And of course, we have a starting spell. I shouldn't say of course, because this is slightly different. So this is kind of like your Hearthstone-esque hero power. It does have a cooldown, and you'll be able to get different spells as you progress through each run. But this one here is pretty good. I like our starting spell quite a lot. It does have a kind of slow cooldown, but, we'll get by. So when we start a run, first off, it's going to show us this room. What is this room? Well, this is the final room that you're going to enter. And basically, there are 2 floors, and then the 3rd floor is this room here. Basically, you're going to have to fight 2 of these bosses, which will give you a little bonus for the final fight. And then after you defeat them, there will be one final fight in the void. But we will continue on now. You'll get a booster pack, and the booster pack will have 5 random cards for you, which you can use to build your deck, which is one of the big changes from your traditional deck builder that I really like. If you're a fan of drafting, I can only speak to Magic the Gathering drafting. I don't know about other TCGs, but if you're a fan of Magic the Gathering drafting, I think you will love this deck system. This deck system really rewards you for deck preparation. So we'll see that moving forward. The other mechanic, which I don't have right here currently because we are... well, I could choose, but I'm not going to. So basically, there's a system called Card Mastery. Each class has 10 cards that you can master. When you go ahead and when you complete a run, you'll be able to master one of those 10 cards. Whenever you start a run, you can choose to select one of those master cards, and it will just automatically be added to your pool of cards. However, you can't have the same mastery card 2 runs in a row. So if I wanted to choose this juggle card for this run, the next time I start a run, I will not be able to select that card. I can choose any of the other cards that are in my mastery pool, except for that one. But just because that card may be on cooldown, I can still unlock it or get it later on in the run by other means, just can't get it here. So we're not going to do that. just because we're kind of simulating a very first run. Because we don't have mastery card selected, we're going to start with 1 health potion. And potions are really interesting in this game. It took me a little while to realize that they were multi-use. We'll look at that a little bit later. But yeah, I really like how they did potions in this game. Okay, so here's our map. You know, very familiar looking map. There are a couple differences here that are really key that this is where I feel like it might lose some players. So bear with me. Let's explain this a little bit. So of course we have our traditional map. We have mob fights. We have, you know, we have a couple chances to get some bonuses, all that. The green arrow is our upgrades. And then of course we have the boss fight at the end, right? The thing that's a little bit different is we have this map rewards. So typically when you do your roguelike deck builders, you go into a fight and then at the end you get the option to draft one of X amount of cards, usually 3, sometimes 4. This is a little bit different. Every fight has 1 guaranteed card that you can get from the fight. So like if I went to this fight, I would be guaranteed, as long as I win, to get the card Bladestorm. So this is where I think the game might lose some people, because it's not as... When you draft your deck in the end, it doesn't feel quite as rewarding, because you can definitely plan out your deck, right? Sometimes, like, you know, on my Slay the Spire runs, you do your first fight and it's like, oh man, you get this crazy build around card, so you take it. But if you don't have the deck, if the deck doesn't come together, then the card doesn't do anything, because it's such a concentrated build around card. So there's a real like risk reward there. With this game, you can really fine tune what cards you want on your run and then plan out a route that way. So some people like that, some people won't, and that's okay. I kind of like it. It's just a little bit different. The other thing we can do is we can manage our deck in between rounds. So you can see here, this is the deck we started with, our 8 slashes, our 2 underhanded tactics, our 8 parries, and 2 quicknesses. We also have the cards that we got from the booster pack. So if we want, at any time during your run, you can switch out cards. So I personally really like Wound. It's 2 mana, deal 15 damage, and apply vulnerable 4. Anytime you hit an opponent that's vulnerable, they're going to take more damage, and it's going to reduce every turn. So I'm going to take out a slash, put in a wound. I also really like Light It Up. It has Swift, which, you know, we want cards. Slash is like not great because it kind of sucks up all our combo points. So we want better cards. Overcharge is really good. We'll talk about that more once we talk about how the mana system works, because it does work a little bit differently. So I'm going to do the same thing. Take out a slash, put in a Light It Up. One Hit Wonder. Deals 12 damage X times. That's okay. It uses up a lot of mana for big hits. I'm not sure that we necessarily want that. And Expel is basically your exile, exhaust type effect, right? It just removes it from the battle. Sidestep is good once we upgrade it. So there is an upgrade system. There is also a system over here, which we'll talk about later. First, we're going to get into our battle, because I have been rambling on far too long here for a little bit. So let's go into the Matrix of Memories. We can either get an upgrade point or get 500 essence. Essence is essentially your coins. There's 2 different currencies here, but for all intents and purposes, essence is your coins. I think I am going to... I'm trying to remember what cards in my deck. I think I'm going to get the upgrade point. Upgrade points are exactly what they sound like. They let you upgrade your cards. So let me take a look here. What do I want to upgrade? Probably just the Light It Up. Overcharge 2 will be nice to have. So again, I'll explain Overcharge, and I mean, you can always pause it and read what the effect does here. And I'm not going to plan out my route too much. Maybe we go apply Bleed 6 to all enemies. It's probably fine. There's an elite fight up here. Okay. So basically, while you're choosing your route, you can get a preview of what tiles are going to go away. So if I click on this tile is no longer going to be accessible to me. The way that the map is built, you don't necessarily have to, like, it's not like you can only choose one route per row. So basically, as long as a tile only has one way out, right? So if I go here, I can still go down to that apple because I do have a way out of it. It's a little bit interesting. It does allow a little bit more like winding pathway. So before each fight, you're going to get a preview of all your enemies, and we'll talk about them a little bit more. But basically, you can see what enemies you're going to go up against, and you can change your deck Now, obviously, right now, we don't have a great card pool to swap out cards, but eventually you're going to have a lot more cards. And so maybe, you know, you just came off a boss battle where there's only one enemy, and your deck is super fine-tuned to just hit hard with single attacks, and then all of a sudden, whoa, now I got to fight with, you know, a bunch, like 3 different enemies. Well, now you want to take out all your big hitting cards and swap them in for AoE. So that's really cool. It allows you to do that. So let's go ahead and start the battle. And let's talk about this UI. So there's a lot of things that we have just shared between all our other deck builders, right? We got our deck, how many cards, mana. We have 3 out of 5 mana. Here are our combo points, cards in hand. Each card has a mana. The color just indicates what kind of card it is. So red is attack, blue is blocks or abilities, and green is buffs, basically. Down here you have your discard, you have your expel pile and destroyed cards. Now, the things that are a little bit different. With energy, on your first round, you get 3 energy. Every other turn after that, you get 2 energy. So how do you get more? Well, there is a purge mechanic. Basically, you can destroy a card and it will give you an energy. You can do that at any time. It's really good like at the end of your turn. So basically, card draw. You don't draw 1 card a turn. You don't discard your hand, draw 5 cards a turn. You can keep all the cards in your hand that you want at the end of the turn. However, you only draw up to 5. So it is kind of beneficial to like purge your cards at the end of turn, so that way you get the energy back, which we'll see later. The weirdest thing about combat is how attacks work. And we're going to see how that works. So basically, our enemies tell us what they're going to do, their HP, their attack, and how many times they attack. The other thing that's different down here is we have our battle progress bar. In order to win a fight, we don't necessarily have to beat all these enemies only once, which is a weird thing to say. So you see we have 50, 90, and 60%. In order for the fight to end, this meter has to get to 100% first. So if I were to take out this guy, right, the throat cutter, it would bring it up to 50. On the next turn, he's going to come back because the battle progress bar isn't done. Then when I kill him again, it'll go up to 100%. Then he will stay dead, and then I still have to kill these 2. Likewise, if I kill the Dark Acolyte first, it's only going to get to 90, then he will come back. So in this kind of situation where there's no 100% way to fill this up on 1, we kind of got to chip everyone down or see if we can kill, you know, 1 or even 2 in 1 turn. Okay? So play cards, we just drag them up. So this is going to deal 6 damage because we have combo 1. It's going to go twice, so it's going to kill something. So let's go ahead and... Actually, before we do that, you know what I'm going to do? Let's go ahead and... No, it's fine. I'm not going to use that yet. So basically, I can take out this enemy, right? We get a little damage preview. So it deals 6 damage twice, which kills her. Now this one is only going to do 6 damage once. So I'm going to target the Dark Acolyte. Now what we can do, I have 1 combo. So we can do the same thing. I'm going to take out the Throat Cutter. And now we have 100%. So nobody's going to come back if I didn't end up killing anybody. But I'm out of mana. And I could do 10 damage, but it's still not going to kill him. We could get the Overcharge too. So the way, basically what Overcharge is, now that I've explained the mana system, Overcharge basically increases your max energy per stack. Well, I mean, you can also read it there. And then at the start of each turn, we gain 1 extra energy. So it's really nice to just get kind of a natural extra energy. But for right now, I'm not going to do anything just to show what the attack basically works like, because the attack is a little bit different. It makes sense once you do it, but it's a little odd. So we're at the end of the turn. I don't want to end my turn because I would either just hold on to these cards and they would do nothing, or I can just go ahead and purge them. And that will give me energy, which I can use the following turn. You will notice some cards have a purge effect. So I could use a shield to block 5, or I could purge it, which I just did, which will give me 2 block. Now, blocking is a little bit different in this game. Typically, blocking you'll see as a proactive thing, where I'll see, okay, the enemy is attacking for 3, I should block for 3. It's a little bit backwards, so the enemy's going to attack for 3, and it's going to build up this threat meter. So even though he said he was attacking, it's not going to immediately damage me. Instead, it's going to build up this threat meter. So you can see a 3. And basically, block reduces that threat count. So rather than blocking before the attack, you have to block after the attack. That's the easiest way to remember it. It is a little weird. So like if I block here, this goes down to 0, and now I'm not taking any damage for the turn. It's a little odd to see at first, but ultimately, if you think about just block after the attack, it totally makes sense. And now we can just go ahead, deal 15 damage, and take care of our enemy. We get a perfect victory. Perfect victories you want to go for if at all possible. It's not just for style. You do actually get some extra money. So if at all possible, go for those perfect kills. We get an upgrade point, so we're going to get to upgrade a card. We get a potion, and of course we get the fight reward, which we knew was Blade Storm, which I'm going to take. So we can upgrade any cards we want. Is it worth it? It's only 2 bleed. I think I'm going to do the sidestep here. So upgrading sidestep is going to give it overcharge, which is really nice. Plus it's free. Free cards are very nice. So we're going to take out a parry, put in the sidestep. And then I think I'm also going to take out one of my slashes and put in this Blade Storm. We might try and do like a blade bleed build. We'll see. So this is going to apply bleed 6, and bleed is exactly what it is across everything else. Just deals damage over time. The thing that was a little bit different there, we'll talk about just for a second. So solo has has trigger +1. So a lot of cards that are like AoEs have a solo effect. So if you're only fighting one enemies, they are a little bit better in that aspect. So instead of doing 6 damage, so you can do 6 damage to all enemies, or if there's only a solo enemy, a lot of games it would still only do 6 to it. But in this game, there's an additional trigger. So if there's one enemy, you'll get bleed 12. Really nice. Makes a lot of cards a lot more flexible. So you can see here how the map works. Instead of only being able to go to these 3 tiles, which you would kind of think is the case, I can also go down here because there's only one way to get out of it, which is here. So let's go ahead and do that because I think I'm going to go up to that chest anyway. The shards and mirror lanes strewn out before you, sharp edges glimmering in the dim light. So basically, do I want to take this card? So on draw, we delay block 10, which basically means it doesn't block this turn, it blocks next turn. And then when we use it, delay block 40, delay block 20 next turn, but we suffer cripple 1. And we suffer scrap. I don't remember what those are. That's a lot. That is a lot, though. It's got to be good. Here we go. Right. So basically we'd suffer cripple 1. So next turn we draw 1 less card. And it's automatically discarded at the end of the enemy turn. So we can't hold it in our hand. Honestly, that is a pretty good card. The only thing is it also adds this void to our deck. This is the first time I've actually interacted with this event. So I'm kind of just figuring this out as well. A lot of block. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so because of that, I'm going to take out a parry. And oh, it's okay. So that is new. So basically, curse cards are void cards. Add to your deck. So now we are up to 22 cards. You always have to have 20 cards in your deck. So that's new. Okay, let's go over these crystals here for a little bit too. These void crystals, or void stones, I should say, just basically give you a little bit of upgrade. So rage increases the attack and affliction your cards do. The blue ones are draw 1, discard. Yellow is extra shield. Purple is overcharge. Green guarantees the card is in your opening hand. And gray basically gives you a double of that card when you cast it. All cards just have 1 slot, so it's not like super overwhelming. You're not going to have a busted card with like a million gems. Draw 1, discard 1. That is probably fine. On what? Probably on sidestep, just something that's free that I can just get it off, guaranteed. So we'll go ahead and do that, and easy enough. Now it just applies draw 1, discard card to the card. We'll go ahead and make our way up here. Go ahead and get the treasure. Worst case scenario, we get an upgrade point. Let's see here. I think I'm going to take this something extra. So we could take a block 20, trigger all bleed. Well, we don't have a lot of bleed going on yet. Gain 3 volatile lighted up. Volatile basically means you can't discard it, so you can't like use this for free, get 3 lighted ups, and then burn them all for energy. So I'm not super crazy about that. Yeah, so I'm going to take this something extra. All attack cards played also apply bleed 2. It's actually really powerful, especially if we can upgrade it. The upgraded cards, which we're going to do right now, is going to make it rigged, which means that it always starts in our opening hand. Just a really nice card to start the match off with. And because of that, I think I'm going to take out one of these underhanded tactics, I think. So we don't have a lot of great ways to build up combo right now. So I'm going to take that out. Right now, it looks like we might end up going a little bit more towards bleed. We have a couple pretty decent bleed cards. So now we could either go down to another mob room, pick up a potion, pick up a battle plan, draw to discard 1 with overcharge. It actually comes with a void stone right in it, so that's a nice little upgrade. Or we go to a shrine. I haven't figured out. Basically, a shrine, you can take a couple upgrades for a bit of a punishment. I think what it does is just increases the health or damage of the final boss. Haven't confirmed that yet, though. I think I am going to go up this way because I want to fight the elite, though. I want to get that treasure. Move up to 2 void cards from your deck. Ooh, that is nice. Yeah, so now... I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, so now we have the sloth card, and we don't have the void drawback. Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and fight this elite. So this is our skeletal mage. We can see there's only 1 enemy here, and you can kind of, you know, see what he's going to do. This enemy will also increase its frenzy by 1 each time you lose HP. So frenzy is this number up here. Yeah, so obviously we don't want to lose a lot of HP because then he's going to be multiplying his attack by a lot. So let's talk about potions really quick here. So basically there's 2 places you can put potions, either in the brew or in the belt. So the health potion we got at the start, the health potion doesn't really do anything. That's not a great example. Okay, patience potion is a little bit better. So when it's in the belt is kind of like a use it when you want to. So if it was in our belt at any point during the fight, we could do at the start of your next turn, draw 4. Or if we put it in the brew, it automatically triggers at the start of battle. So this potion's effect would be at the start of turn 4, we draw 6. So it's a bit of like a exaggerated effect of the potion, which is really cool. I like that. I like that ability. Obviously, the belt is basically, or the belt. I'm looking at the word belt. The health potion is basically the same thing, but we can. I think we can do something like, yeah, we can do something like that. I think I'm gonna hold on to this though. Yeah. I'm gonna hold on to this though, maybe for a little bit later when fights might end up going that long. And another interesting thing here, we don't actually have to beat the elite in order to get, I mean, we have to beat the elite in order to stay alive in the run, but we get the equipment first, which is a little weird, but nice. I mean, I'm not going to complain. So we get to use the equipment that we would win from him to fight him. Or we could take essence and souls instead, but it's almost always better to take the equipment. Each time you cast your spell, combo 1. That seems really good. Oh, your spell. Hold on. I'm thinking spells like Magic the Gathering, everything is a spell. No, this is our spell. So it'd be every 5 turns we get an additional combo because this already gives us 1. So actually, it's fine. Bleed triggers before enemy actions instead of after and doesn't reduce down when triggered. When you cast your spell, block equal 3 times your spell's cooldown. So it'd be 15 block. I am going to take Garnet Band. That's one of the bad things about bleed is it happens after the enemy actually goes. So we want to kill things before. And it doesn't reduce. So we no longer have to worry about that. All right. So we're going to pop our something extra. Basically all our attacks now. Do a little bit of extra bleed. So what are you going to be doing? You're going to be increasing your max HP and increasing your attack points. So you're going to be going from 4 to 5. Yuck. Okay. Well, we don't really have anything... We don't really have a great hand here to start. Honestly, I'm just going to increase my combo. I'm not going to do this because he's not attacking us, so I can't even get the vulnerable off on him. Honestly, this was a really bad starting hand. So what I'm going to do is just purge everything just to get us a bunch of energy for hopefully a good turn next turn. So he went and fortified, got some armor. He's going to be applying confusion to us, which is going to swap around all our energy costs, and he's going to be attacking us with frenzy. Not fun. So, what do we want to do here? Well, here, I kind of just want to do a bunch of attacks here to get bleed going. So, what I'm going to do here, because Slash is going to consume our combo, I'm going to use our spell, which is going to bring us up to combo 3 and give us a Hidden Blade. So, the Hidden Blade deals 3 damage. It's free. Swift, so it's going to get multiplied by our combo, and it's balanced. Balanced means that it benefits from combo, but it doesn't consume it. Which is really nice. So here it's going to do, what, 12 damage? Right, 12 damage, 4 to him, 8 to the shield, and apply 2 bleed. And then we still have all our combo points, which we can use for a nice little slash. Now, that does not trigger this type of ability multiple times. It just replicates this. It's kind of like Magic the Gathering, where only the first one is actually cast, the others are copies, if that makes it a little bit easier to understand. So this is going to increase our combo to 1. And then, unfortunately, this is going to drop it down to 0. So we're going to have 0 next turn. We have no threat, so I don't need to do that. So we'll go ahead and purge these so we have more energy for next turn. Which we're going to potentially need here because we are confused. So all our cards are going to be swapped around. Yeah, so you can see the number in the parentheses, which you can turn off if you don't want it. That is a setting. I actually probably should have it turned off, but I haven't gone through and set it. Yeah, so the number in the number is all these swapped values, which sucks because these are all really expensive. You can't get lucky and they can come down to 0, but unfortunately we are not that lucky. Okay, so let's go ahead and... So I definitely want to apply Vulnerable. Vulnerable 4 is really nice. And then I'm also going to apply Bleed 12, because there's only one enemy here. And then what we can do, since these purge block 2, we can go ahead and purge all 3 of these, which is going to block all of that incoming damage and give us 3 energy, and we're good. Pretty decent turn for being confused, but now we're being attacked for 20. Now, you may think, oh man, well, we already got hit, so if I kill him, I'm still going to get hit for 20. Not the case. Not the case, young Padawan. We can go ahead and increase our combo here. And what we're going to do is we can light it up, which will deal, 30 damage here? 45 damage, right? So he's at 50. We can light it up. Bring him down to 5. Now, if you kill the enemy, even if you have threat, or I should say, if you end the battle, right? Because if your battle progress bar isn't at 100%, your battle's not going to end. But if he should die, you will not take that damage. Okay, I lied. I totally lied. Because bleed, because you have to pass the turn. Yeah. So, don't listen to anything I just said. I swear I have played this game before. Oh, geez. Oh, no, we had that. Well, whatever. It's, yeah. Had I just done one extra attack, we would have been fine. We would have saved health, got some perfect clear, but, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you just talk out your butt a little bit. All right. What do we want here? Probably not the poison. Although, whenever you use a potion... No, we're not really using potions all that much. Each time you purge an ability card, deal 2 damage to the enemy at the lowest HP. Each time you purge an attack, block 1 or gain 1 upgrade point. I think I'm going to go with the upgrade point. And what am I upgrading? Probably just the wound. Am I going to do Blade Storm? Let's just do Blade Storm. Honestly, like Vulnerable 4, I'm going to be honest, most enemies die before Vulnerable 4 even falls off. If you have a half-decent deck, you can kill things pretty quick. So this shop here uses our souls, which, and the nice thing is it shows you the minimum cost that you can spend in there. So we would be able to buy something if we went in there. I could also start making my way down to maybe like another upgrade, but I don't really want that card. What is this card? Combo 1, add 2 hidden blades to your hand. Ooh, I like that one. So if I go to either of these, I won't be able to go to this. So we're going to go to this square right here. Or I guess it's a hex. And whenever, if you don't know if you have a Voidstone, it will always show you here if you have at least one. So we do have at least one. So we'll hop in and throw it in somewhere. Maybe we just throw it. I'm going to throw it into the something extra. Just so that way we have basically a free loot at the start of our turn. Or the start of our first turn, I should say. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that something extra going. We don't need all these parries, so we can get rid of them. I'm going to pop our spell to build up combo a little bit. Pop the hidden blade, which will do a little bit of bleed, and then I'm going to light it up to get our overcharge working. So yeah, we have a ton of max energy, but it's going to be kind of difficult to get up there. Might as well... Yeah, we'll do this just to build up combo for next turn, and then purge these, get a little bit of energy. Oh, I almost forgot. How do you get Voidstones? Voidstones, you got this bar up here. It shows you what Voidstone you're working towards. So right now we're working towards a Rage Voidstone. As you deal damage, you build up this bar. So right now, once we do an additional 193 damage, we will get another stone. There are, of course, other ways to do it through events and shops and such, but this is just a natural way to get it. So if you really, like, if you got a good deck and you really wanted to grind them out, you could find, well, I guess you would be limited, but you could find a battle that has, like, an enemy with a really low progress bar and just, like, slaughter it over and over and over again to just build up this meter. Oh, let's see. What do we want to do here? What is this 10? I'll be honest, I don't know what this 10 is. Probably this. Delayed block. Got it. Okay. That's why. First time I've had delayed block. I've had delayed rage. I've had a bunch of stuff. Never delayed block. What are you doing? You are just increasing your fortitude. You're not really doing anything. Okay. So let's just go ahead. Put a bunch of bleed on you. Go ahead and slash you. And... purge some cards. You're not really doing anything. Can't purge it. All right. Well, that's totally fine. You got it. So you basically have to play it on the turn you draw it, right? Because it's going to get yeah. And now we can just go ahead and slash one more time. There we go. Nice, easy kill. Perfect victory. Get a little bit of extra bonuses. We, of course, get the upgrade point, which I'm most likely going to spend on the Apprentice's Blade, which will add 3 hidden blades to our hand. Very nice. Very good way to spend our combo points. So I'm going to go ahead and put that. Let's see. We're going to take out a slash, put an Apprentice's Blade. And honestly, this is a nice... it's a decent little combo here for 3 mana. This is going to add 6 bleed. So we're going to do it. I'm going to put... apply Rigged. So now I'm going to start with this card, and this card naturally has Rigged. So we'll start with both those cards. Now, do I want to go to the Merchant? I don't have, like, a lot of Essence. Do I want either of these cards? Stiletto's okay. It's basically another just free Hidden Blade. It's decent enough. I would use it over a holy crap, head, slash. Yeah, that card. Can't remember, slash. All right, Dragon Whelp, what are you doing? You are, each time my deck is reshuffled, this enemy will gain 1 attack point. All right, easy enough. We can take that on. Okay, well, we've already drawn Sloth. So we pop this something extra. We go ahead and draw and discard. I don't think it'll allow me to draw this, right? Or will allow me to draw that, but it goes into our no, it goes into our discard pile. Okay. Let's go Apprentice's Blade. Get a whole bunch of hidden blades. There is a setting. Okay, another thing that's in your settings. I haven't completely figured out how this setting works because sometimes it seems to work and sometimes it doesn't. You can change how many cards or how many duplicates of cards you want to have in your hand before it stacks up like this. So if you're someone who likes to see all your cards spread out, you can definitely do that. Otherwise, if you just want it to be simple like this, and you know, you could set it so that there's like, if you have 2, it'll stack up. But I like seeing individual cards. We're going to go ahead and build our combo once more. So we have max combo. We got all these hidden blades here, and we are just going to throw them at the enemy, build up a bunch of bleed, build up a bunch of damage, and then now we're also going to get rid of one of our parries, light it up as our finisher attack for big damage, and this elite is already halfway dead. Very nice. So fights definitely do... Now, we are on... Remember, we're on the... basically the lowest difficulty there is. We have burn, so this is going to do damage to us. Suffer threat equal to burning at the start of your turn. Purging cards reduces burning by 1. Okay. So, we already took that. Oh, let's see here. Let's see. We could wound, which will make you vulnerable. So I think what we're going to do here is probably quickness to build up our combo a little bit. I'm definitely going to wound here to get that vulnerable going. And funny thing is, vulnerable also works on debuffs. So yeah, basically what this is indicating is that we have 12 stacks of bleed, but it's going to do 18 damage, which is really crazy. A lot of other games that doesn't work. It definitely makes it a little bit easier to have that work. But yeah, pretty nice. So let's go ahead and get a slash in for 27 damage, which is pretty crazy. We can go ahead and just purge this, build up a little combo, go to our next turn. So if I wanted to, if I didn't want to do that damage, I could have purged a bunch of cards to get rid of this burning, but you know, I'm fine with that. So we are feared. So we need to discard a card. Fear, basically for every fear there is, we need to discard a card for that stack. So we'll go ahead and get rid of a parry because we're just going to kill you. Get a nice little perfect victory, a little bit of extras. We get our upgrade point and we get our stiletto. I'm probably going to be upgrading the stiletto because it's kind of weak to start. I mean, even upgrading it is kind of weak, only 5 damage, but hey, it's free. What are you going to do? Complain? So we're going to take out a slash for that. Now, rage. Rage is pretty good on something like Apprentice's Blade, right? Because you build, basically, you want to do it before... Actually, to be fair, I haven't tested this, so I don't know for certain. But my assumption is that you'd want to do it before the attack, because I think... Basically, I don't remember or not if the Void Stone triggers before the spell before the attack resolves. Because that completely changes... completely changes what you put it on. So I think, what do I want to put it on? Probably. So you kind of, once you know what all the stones are, it's not like you're going to be surprised by an upgrade. So like on Stiletto, what would I want to put there? I mean, blue is fine, yellow's fine. All these are fine. I think I would want to save it for Blackstone because it basically doubles this and it's already free. And the next stone we're getting is a Blackstone, so I'm going to save that. Maybe I just put it on Light It Up. It's not gonna duplicate. Actually, that's probably bad because that's the last card we're gonna play in a turn. You know what? I'm gonna put it on Bladestorm. I'm gonna kind of plan for the future with Bladestorm because there are cards. Oh boy, I forgot what the mechanic's called. Let's see, where do I want to go? We can have the ability to purchase new spells with essence, or I think I'm going to do that. I want to buy a couple more spells. We have a little bit to spend. Or no, God, I keep forgetting spells is our... Yeah, I don't want that. So that was a waste because I like the spell we have currently. Cursed Idol with the ability to grant artifacts for your devotion, or we can get a booster pack. All right, let's go grab a booster pack. I just need some more cards here. So there is a keyword that basically allows you to do additional things, but it will remove... I think it's clot. Basically, if your enemy's bleeding, you can remove some of those bleed stacks to get an additional effect. So let's go ahead and get rid of a parry. We're going to Apprentice's Blade, build up that combo, get some more Hidden Blades. We'll use our Ghost Blade, build up our combo, get another Hidden Blade. So now we have Stiletto, which we can use. Let's see. So these are 40%. So basically, we want to... Basically, if there's one, like, big enemy, it's almost always 100%. So typically what I like to do, as long as these aren't too threatening, is just take out the main enemy and then knock these two out. So let's go ahead and Stiletto, Hidden Blade, Hidden Blade. You won't die to bleed, so we'll just kill you. And now nothing's going to come back, so we can now just start working on these guys. So go ahead and get rid of parry. And 24 damage, so we'll go ahead and take out that one. Which I'm okay with, because he's going to attack me. But, because I'm going to kill him... Okay, now I can show this off correctly. So now, right, we have this threat built up. But if I kill him first, which we're going to do here, I stay at 82. We evade the attack. That's how that works when you show it off correctly. Alright, so we of course get deal 8 damage combo. It builds combo, and then we discard a card to gain 1 Hidden Blade. That's pretty good. I mean, it's fine. It's another combo builder. We don't have a whole lot of those. So we get another Lighted Up, get another Spring Forward. Footwork isn't great. Anemia is okay, not great. Splatter is great. That's exactly what we're looking for. So, yeah, there's that clot. So basically, it consumes bleed from the target to deal extra damage. And with Swift, this could be a big damage dealer for us. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to take out... I'm actually going to take out a couple parries here. We're pretty good on blocking here. We're going to be able to kill things pretty quickly. So we'll get Splatter. I do need a couple other ways to build up bleed, though. For sure. I mean, well, actually, no, we don't. We have our something extra. We're super good on bleed. Do I want... Let's see. I'm going to take out a slash. This builds up combo now. And do I want another one? How am I doing on mana? I'm doing pretty fine on mana, actually. So I can take out another slash, put another spring forward. And at this point, maybe I'm fine with 1 Lighted Up, honestly. Let's try it. Let's just see if I'm okay with this. Is there anything else I want? Not really. We're doing okay. Let's go ahead and go... Let's see. Set target's bleed to 19. Well, there's bleed. There is certainly bleed. But I think I want to grab the upgrade. Let's see. What do I want to upgrade? I just got the spring forwards. Holding control shows you what it is. So we can discard or purge. And it does 12 damage. The other thing was Splatter, which only does clot. So it basically increases the damage, reduces the clot. So basically it means we take less bleed off, which is probably what I want to do. Because we don't have a whole lot. So instead of going directly here, I'm going to go to the shrine first, and then I can go that way. Don't really care about the healing here, so I'm going to pray for greed. I'm going to get 500 essence and 3 souls. So that greed, basically, yeah, it's like your prayers have been answered, but by who? There's no... I have never seen an indication what that penalty actually is, but like I said, I believe that it's just increasing the health of the final boss. Okay, so you are... gains evasive 2... +1 HP. I'm going to be honest, that's the first time I've seen evasive, and I'm surprised that it doesn't show the little tooltip. Rainbow of Pain applies poison and burning. Yuck. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that, because I think we're killing you. So, let's see. We pop this. This is pretty much always our starting turn. Do I care about Blade Storm? What am I doing? So, I'm using 2 mana to use this. I can then... spell, which will get me up to 3. I don't think I'm doing this turn, so I'm probably lighting it up, which is additional 1. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing that. Oh! Oh, okay. I see how that works now. Okay, so this is the first time I've actually had this card. So because we just discarded it, we gain a hidden blade. So if we upgraded it, it would be discard or purge. So if we purged it for mana, it would give us a free hidden blade. So that upgrade is actually very good. We should probably be working towards that. So let's go ahead and get our apprentice blade down. We get our hidden blades. We're going to spell, increase our combo. We do the thing. At this point, because we have rigged cards, yeah, we just kill you. Fantastic. And now you're going to be attacking us, so let's get rid of you here. We can go ahead and get rid of quickness, light you up, which will... Do I want to kill you? Actually, since we're doing such a big hit, I'm going to kill you because it's going to be easier to deal 23 damage next turn than it is going to be to deal 35. Yeah, once you have... I mean, just like any deck builder, once you have like a pretty good starting turn set up, it's okay. Well, then we have turns like this. Now, unfortunately, this is all on delay, so we're not going to be able to actually, I don't think, block this. Yeah, because I can do block 5, block 5. Blocks equal to combo, so it's only going to block 2, so we are going to take 5 damage. Yeah, and this isn't going to be good enough for next turn, so we'll just go ahead and stiletto, and then we can definitely kill next turn. Fortunately, we were just a little short on that bleed. But actually, the bleed didn't matter, which we figured out before. Bleed triggers before enemy actions instead of after. Oh, right. Yeah, he did dig it. Yeah, then we just wound. Boom. Kill you. Dead. No perfect victory on that one. But that's alright. We actually didn't even have the cards for it. What are we looking for? We're looking for splatter. Boom. Upgrade. Done. Yeah, that's a nice little, like, finisher for the turn. And then we got the boss. Let's give it a go. So, Big Bertha. First time I've fought this one. Yeah, so see, in this case, Battle Progress 8. So if you had a really good deck and you want to just farm these things for stones, you totally could. What do? Once a turn, when this enemy suffers damage or an ally dies, it will increase its frenzy by 1. Okay, so it's just going to slowly increase the amount of times it's attacking us. Every time you play a card, decrease this value by 1. When it reaches 0, it will explode, inflicting 3 threat. Okay, so we're gonna have to see how many cards count. So we can probably just blow these guys up because we make a bunch of hidden blades. 12. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, well, we will just start our turn here. Choose a card to discard. I'm going to discard the... Ooh, I do really want the wound. Let's see, it's 2. But I also want to cast Sloth right now. Okay, I think this is going to have to wait. Although, wait. So if we do that, we go 2 mana down to 0. We have blades. Discard this. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Let's do that. So, okay, basically we're doing this. So we're doing our Apprentice Blade, like always. Ghost Blade, like always. God dang it, I did the wrong thing. Okay, well, we just changed this up now. Now we just Sloth. And we do our Hidden Blades. There we go. And then we can purge this. Which is fine. We're gonna get a bunch of shield off that anyway. That was one of the plays that I was thinking about doing. Just was not my first choice. I keep forgetting. Again, it's the first time that I've played with that type of card, so I'm still kind of figuring it out. Not like the best of turn. Well, so we can do the Blade Storm, which is going to throw a bunch of bleed here, but it's also going to give us Rage, which is pretty nice. So we're going to deal 25% more damage on each of these hits, and we're going to do a bunch of them. So we're doing 52 damage, which is really nice, which is really sweet. Got nothing to block, so we'll go ahead and purge these for a little bit of energies. The piggies are going to try and do something, but they're a little too weak. He inflicted daze, so basically there's a dead card on top of our deck. So we're only drawing basically 4 cards. So, you deal 8 damage, increase our combo. Well, we might as well, because we're not doing anything else. Though, I probably want to do the sidestep first. Yeah, I just want to... Basically, it's a free draw one. It's a free loot, right? Which is why we put it on the 0-costing card. Because if we didn't really care about the block, it's just free loot. Unfortunately, it's not really great. So, we might as well just increase our combo, blow up a pig. Increase our combo, blow up a pig. Block, we're going to take a little bit of damage. Totally fine. We have plenty of health to play with. After each floor, I have not seen otherwise. I believe you just heal the full. Man, we are drawing poorly, to say the least. Okay, let's draw a discard. Wow. Okay, then. Yep, we'll just get rid of all these. And we can almost assuredly kill you this turn. I say that, but we've had some very poor turns. Okay, well, that's easy. Is it, though? Is it easy? I mean, we're still taking damage here. But you're gonna die to your bleed. That's fine. Like I said, this is the last fight. We don't get our perfect, obviously. We definitely weren't getting that, but we get to heal the full, so not a big deal. We get a new spell, Bacon Bomb. I'm going to be honest, I have not liked any spells more than the spells I've started with. So I don't know if there are any better ones, but yeah, we're going to be sticking with the one we have. After each boss, you get to pick some rewards. So you get to choose 1 free promise from up top. We can gain 2 random void stones. We could receive a booster pack with a guaranteed rare, which is probably what I'm going to do. Or we could obtain this uncommon artifact. Every 3 swift cards played, apply 2 bleed to all enemies. Do not like that. We are going to receive a booster pack with a guaranteed rare. And then down here, we can spend, if we have not spent all our essence yet, we can go ahead and get as many of these as we want. So we could gain 4 souls, and these are our souls. There is a use at the end where if you haven't used all these, you can spend a bunch of them basically to deal damage to the final boss before you even get into the fight. We can gain 1 upgrade point or add an extra elite to floor 2. Ooh. Which basically means another artifact? Kind of like that. Let's go for the upgrade point and the add an extra elite. Hopefully we get something in here we want to upgrade. Apply vulnerable 2 to all enemies is pretty decent. Block 5, rage 25, reduce threat to 0. Okay. Overall, not great. Overall, not great. Let's take a look here. Purge block 8. Honestly, it's kind of okay. What else could I upgrade? What was the other card? Oh, right. Apply vulnerable 4. No, I don't care about that. That's fine as it is. Add silent shiv to hand? I don't know what that is. I've never played a silent shiv. So we do that to get hidden blade. I don't think that's necessarily worth it though. Although, no, I'm gonna start upgrading. We have so much block, man. No, I'm gonna do the ice wall. Ice wall seems pretty sweet. I mean, I can take out some block here for that. So let's take out a parry, put an ice wall, and then we also have guard here. I'm probably only guarding if I need to guard. So, probably just going to put on a quickness. That seems fine. I'm going to put in another something extra, just for a crazy amount of bleed. So I think I'm going to take out a... I'm going to take out a parry, put it into something extra. We're just going to have a bunch of bleed going off all at once. Is that all I want to do? I think so. I think we're good. All right. Okay, we have 2 upgrades here we can do. We can take a look at our map rewards, because those are going to be different. So we're looking for cards, ideally, that apply bleed. Scattershot is okay. It's a little bit of AoE, but it's kind of bad in boss fights. Apply bleed 5x times. Interesting. Deal 13 damage. Opener gain. So opener, if it's the first card you play, you get its ability. So Leaning Edge is pretty good. I probably want to go that way, because Hidden Blades is kind of like our... Right now, it's kind of our primary build, but, you know, it's kind of like a sub-build. Actually, we don't really have to worry about bleed all too much now, do we? Start of each turn, draw and discard 1. I will probably... I guess Scattershot is... Scattershot is fine. It's not great, it's fine. I was hoping for more cards with Clot, actually. I will go ahead and grab All Alone. That one's pretty decent. Okay. So only 2 cards that I really want to focus on getting. And unfortunately, one of them is right here in the front that I did not want to happen, because I'm going to miss 2 upgrades. Oh, that sucks, but it's actually a pretty decent card. All right, we're going for it. This fight is kind of annoying. You need to kill like 2 of these guys at the same time, otherwise one comes back. All right, let's get her going. Nice. Oh boy. Okay, we are gonna have a big bleedy turn. So let's get ahead and get that going. We'll discard the underhanded tactics. That's fine. We'll get another something extra going. We will go ahead and get another energy from... Honestly, our Light It Up. Now, before we spend this, I can go ahead and do Sidestep. Go ahead and get rid of that. Build that. Build up our combo. And then we got to kind of spread these out a little bit. Can't go all in like we've been doing here. So if I do that... Yeah, you're not going to die to your bleed. Okay. Next turn. So we are vulnerable. So it works both ways. So we're taking this damage, and it's really doing 9 damage. Choose 2 cards to discard. Yuck. So let's do maybe Slash and Wound. Well, it's going to do 9 times 4. It's not enough to kill, though. We could just discard this, which would give us a free... Okay, well, that one's pretty free to get rid of. And then what's the other card we get rid of? Wound? Or Slash? We can kill both these guys, so that's probably the best play. Okay, let's do that. Let's just go with the cheapest way. Now, vulnerable... So, vulnerable is a little weird with damage, right? Or actually, we're not bleeding, right? I don't think I said that. But anyway. Vulnerable is a little bit different in this game, right? In typical games, if you are vulnerable, it would just, like, flatly increase the damage you were taking, right? So, let's... Again, I'm going to go back to Slay the Spire because it's the industry standard. If we were vulnerable, right, and we were to be taking 6 damage, the damage was just flat. 6 wouldn't even be here. It would just say 9, right? But with the way the game works, if we reduce this number, it ultimately reduces this number as well because we're blocking after the fact. So if I reduce this, it's not reducing 5 off the 9, it's reducing 5 off the 6. Which brings it down to 1. And we're ultimately taking 2. Rather than what you would think would be 4. So we can go ahead. Let's see. Get the kill there. Get the kill there. That's a lot of damage. That's 60 huge freaking damage. So now we kill you. Now, so in this case, like I kind of mentioned before, if I were to use this, actually, do I want? Actually, I think I'm just going to do that. Because it's going to deal 36 damage, bleed, and then you're going to die. And then this one's way easier to kill. Actually, we can just do this. And you're just both going to die to bleed. Nice. Yeah, so basically if one of those, so if neither of them had died, because the middle one had died, neither had died, the middle one would have then come back and we'd have to kill them all over again. All right, so we get our leading edge. We got a draw potion too. Interesting. So where's the card? Leading edge. So what do we want to take out here? We do have 2 spring forwards. I feel like now I can probably get rid of that. Although it's pretty good with, like, getting rid of it. Let's just get rid of the last slash. It's fine. Okay. Actually, at this point, no, the extra energy is pretty bad. We have overcharge. We're fine. Let's go ahead and make our way this way. We got the elite fight down there. We're going to lose out on some stuff up there. I don't think we're going to be able to... We could always make our way up there. So let's go ahead and get the treasure. Opportunist, deal 5 damage or 9 if the target is bleeding to all enemies. Opportunist is great. That's like just what we're looking for. Apply bleed 18. If the target is vulnerable, apply vulnerable 3. If the target is weak, apply weak 3. It's a lot of bleed, but honestly, I'm going to take the Opportunist. Opportunist is pretty good. Then we get an upgrade point. Do we want to just upgrade it right off the bat? Probably. It's pretty good. It's AoE with Swift. It's a totally reasonable upgrade. So we could go straight to the elite, but I want the other upgrade. So we're going to go down here because we can always make our way back up here. Let's go ahead and manage our deck. We want to put in that AoE for sure because I just noticed how many enemies there were. Spider, light it up, Stiletto. I'm going to take out the tactics. Just take out one more Swift card. We don't need a whole bunch of Swift cards. I think that's still... the Rage is kind of nice, though. I think I'm gonna take out a parry. I probably should have had this in anyway. We lose out on the Purge for it, but having the Rage is just really nice with all the like multi-hit attack cards we have. And then I think that's gonna do it. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Let's go ahead and start the battle. We got some big chunguses coming in for the fight. And if you don't like to math, it tells you 23 threat. Very nice little quality of life here, so you don't even have to add this all up. So let's go ahead and do our thing. Something extra. Choose one card to discard. We'll discard the... I'm not casting this, right? No, I think I am casting this. Okay, this time I think I am casting it. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Cast the Sloth. Right, because next turn we're taking 23, so now I don't have to worry about my block next turn. Go ahead and combo up. And 100, 80, 50. Okay, so we pretty much should probably just go... Like, we could take out the 2 sides, or we could just take out the front. 12... let's see, 12 times 4, 48 plus, what is that, 8 bleed is 56 plus an additional 20. Yeah, it's probably easier just to do this. Boom. Big boom. Yeah, because, like, I could have taken out, with all this damage, I could have taken out one of these guys, but then he's just going to come back next turn, so I might as well just weaken the main boss. Oh, let's see. What do we want to do here? We could put a vulnerable on someone, which is not a bad thing, right? We could put it over here, make it easier to do the next turn, and then we can light it up. This guy? I mean, might as well give us extra block, but we don't need it. Go ahead, light it up. Kill you. Purge this for energy. We're at 100% battle progress bar, so nobody's coming back. We do not have to worry about any threat incoming because we have our block on delay. And now, let's see. Can we build up a little bit of combo here and then opportunist? This would give us 2 hidden blades, so I am going to do that. So let's go ahead and deal the damage over here since you're vulnerable. We'll build up our combo a little bit here. So now we're at 2. We can go ahead. I'm going to burn this sidestep. I think what I'm going to do... Well, I can't use this and opportunist because I can't purge these. So this is going to have to do. So we'll go with hidden blades. Spread these out. And then opportunists, because they're all bleeding, it's going to deal 12 damage swift. So that's going to be, what, 36 damage? And they did. Haha, perfect victory. We get our little bonus. Couple souls, couple essences. Of course, we have the card. Deal 14 damage if you have overcharge trigger twice, which we do have overcharged quite a bit, but it doesn't really do anything other than just being a big hit. Doesn't really synergize with anything we have. Gain 3 hidden blades. Or we could increase the other spring forward to have the purge. Honestly, I just like increasing the damage of leading edge and giving us another hidden blade. More bleed, more damage, more awesome. And hey, we got our black stone, so we're gonna go ahead and put that in stiletto. So now we get a second copy of it after we cast it. Go and do our elite fight. The hag. The hag is like the most annoying elite that I have found for this style of deck. Basically, every time we hit her, she is going to hit us back. Every 12 energy spent, trigger bleed on all enemies at the start of your turn. At the end of every even turn, deal damage to all enemies equal to the number of cards in your X battle and destroy. And nope. Start of your battle, lose 1 energy and choose a card from your deck to add to your hand. That is an interesting one, but I don't think I like it. I think I'm just going to take every 12 energy spent trigger bleed, right? Because you lose 1 energy, but you get to choose a card from your deck. So it's basically the same thing because you could always purge it. But to be honest, it's going to add a lot of extra time. So we're just going to do the 12 energy one. Ooh, so do we want to do this first? Yeah, so we want to do this first. We're going to get rid of this, which is going to clear that damage. I probably should have waited, actually, but I kind of need the energy. Something extra. So we're drawing and discarding. I can discard one of the hidden blades because I still need to purge the sidestep so that way I can play Apprentice's Blade. So now I have 5 hidden blades. I also have the stiletto. Let's go ahead and build up combo again. So we can stiletto. We get another copy of stiletto. We cast it again. And then we have hidden blade, hidden blade, hidden blade, hidden blade, hidden blade, hidden blade. And she's almost dead. Now we're getting, I mean, we're getting thrashed here, but that's okay. Yeah, these blade decks have turns like that a lot. And yes, they are always that fun. Let's go ahead. So I'm going to block, build up some rage. We'll go ahead and purge this because then we can kill you. Because rage increase, right? It has 2 different damage stacks, so I believe it increases the damage 25% on both, which is really fun. Now, we could go to the treasure, or we could go to a merchant. Well, we don't have any money, so we're going to go down here. And also, with these choices, if you've been reading down here, you also find scattered among its contents 24 essence, 2 souls, and 1 upgrade point. So it's not just the card you get a little bit of extra here. Honestly, I don't really care for any of these cards. I'm just going to take the sidestep, but I am likely not going to actually put it in my deck. Although, am I? I don't know. Maybe I am. Do I want to just put another something extra? Honestly, I think I'm just going to upgrade one of these spring forwards. It's just nice to have to be able to purge it and get a blade. Now, the other thing that you can do, I probably should have talked about this earlier, but another thing the game has is it does have a route planner. So if you're someone who can like forget easily and you're not sure what path you want to go, you can go ahead and mark up your path, and it will actively, well, not actively, but it will show you where you can go. And then you can go ahead and exit and highlight your path, and it will show you that and keep it on the map, just in case, you know, you want to plan it out ahead of time. Super nice feature. If you're someone who likes to do that kind of thing. All right. Berserker, you're going to hit me. We'll gain +1 frenzy for each natural, before modifiers, 0 cost card played. That is not fun. Because all of our blades cost 0. So, we're going to have to figure something out here. So I might just target you. Oh, you were in the middle? That's, well, it's only 70%. Okay, so you're definitely the one we're targeting first, and hopefully we can just kill you right out the bat. So, get our bleed going. Oh boy, I have to do some math here. So, if I get rid of this one, I can go up to 3, go up to, so you go to 3, go down to 1. I can only do this. I can't do the wound as well. Or I could spend it all. I think let's do that, because then I can start chipping these guys down. Okay, so we are not using the wound. We're doing this. We are purging. Doing this. Doing a bunch of damage here. We are then going to Opportunist, which does big damage across the board. And then we go ahead and burn Surefoot for energy. Now he's going to inflict a lot of threat because we just burned a lot of 0 costing cards. My fingers are crossed that I can kill him and kill these two. Okay. Not going to happen. We don't have enough AoE for that to happen. So, that being the case, let's see here. Equal to twice our energy. Let's start here, because we get a free draw discard. I think we're just going to end up discarding this. So if I combo here... You are going to die to bleed, so I don't have to worry about you. So I can do 6 here... Oh, and it's only 20? Ooh, that is not good. We could combo for... Oh, wait, I have to combo first. Okay, so let's combo first. Now this is 9 damage plus 2 is 11. Okay, that's more than enough. Okay. Because this is 70, this is 30, they're both going to die. And that's going to bring the battle progress bar up to 100, so they're not going to return. And we're going to take a little bit of damage. And now we have just this Rune Priest to beat, and he's no trouble at all. He's got nothing. 17 damage, get some hidden blades. Sure, we'll build up some combo, get more hidden blades, and then just throw them all at your face. Very nice, very nice. We get the All Alone card, which is great. Am I going to upgrade that, or am I upgrading All Alone? I'm definitely upgrading All Alone. Very good against solo targets, especially if they're vulnerable. So, what are we taking out for that? Probably... Honestly, with Sloth, I feel really good on block. I don't feel like I need it. Yeah, I'm just gonna take out another parry. I'm feeling good. Overcharge. Overcharge is very good. We definitely want to put something on overcharge. Something that we play a lot. This one we might be discarding, so I don't want it on that. Leading edge is solid. I'll put it on that. Okay, so we could go to card clone. Would I want to clone anything? That's interesting. Cloning Ice Wall could be decent. Just a purge block 8 is reasonable over a parry. Or we could go to Soul Collector. We could go to another mob room to get the elite. I think I'm going to do this because there's an elite right here. Let's just go ahead and copy our... Ooh, or we could copy still... No, we're going to do Ice Wall. Ice Wall is just a super solid block card. And the fact that we could get up to 4 pretty easily in like a really sticky situation and just drop all threat, I like that a lot. So we could either suffer get 3 voids. Definitely not going to do that. I'm definitely paying with 9 souls. We have 1,000,000 souls. Now, I haven't tested this yet. I'm assuming any upgrades you have in the card will also be copied over. Okay. Elite time. Let's go. Who is this? Oh, Dolus is super annoying. Oh my god. This one is so annoying. So, basically, she's going to confuse... Let me see if I remember it. Let's see. Every third turn, your threat stack won't trigger. If you end your turn with 0 energy, overcharge 2. If you end your turn with 5 or more energy, delay rage 25. Ooh, I like that a lot. I don't know that we can get up that high that often, though. Deal 10 damage to all enemies. Every 10 cards played? That's really good. We make a lot of extra cards. So basically, she confuses us. All our cards change the cost. And it's... Yeah. When a card is out of your hand, its energy cost is randomized between 0 and 3. Whenever you purge a card, you suffer poison equal to its cost. When you play a card, reduce your poison by its cost. So obviously, because you would want to purge your expensive cards, you're going to get bigger stacks of poison. And then as you play things, you're going to reduce that poison. So, what are we going to purge? Right? Because I want to purge things first. So I'm probably purging this. Because I'm going to play these 2. And am I purging this? I think so. I can't do anything with it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and discard that. Build that up. Get these. Of course, these are all random too, which really sucks. So I can't even like in good conscience do this because if it's anything over 0, I won't be able to play it. "17 threat, huh?" Well, we have our ice wall. We do have our ice wall. So I think I'm getting rid of the Surefoot. It's just too expensive. I could build up combo and then spring forward. Although probably I definitely want to be wounding though. Okay, so I think... Oh, let's see here. What am I doing? I think I'm getting rid of the quickness. No, I can't do everything though. That's the thing. I think... Again, I think I'm just going to purge this because it's going to take a lot away. And then we're going to take 3 more. So we'll go ahead and do this. I was thinking of the other one. I was thinking of the one that generated a couple hidden blades. All right, well, we'll do this. And we will wait on this till next turn. Another 17 threat, huh? Yeah, I gotta kill you. I gotta kill you pretty fast. All Alone is great here. That's gonna deal a bunch of damage. Sidestep is pretty good because it's just going to reduce a bunch of this block. This card I'm okay with getting rid of because it gives us a 3 costing Hidden Blade. Not good. Definitely not good. Let's go ahead and Stiletto. Stiletto again. All Alone does a ton of damage. I'm not going to be able to cast this. So let's go ahead and Purge. And now you're guaranteed dead this next turn. Yep, we'll just boop. Yeah, that card is a great finisher. 92 damage. Holy crap. Nice. Not the cleanest kill, but she's kind of a really annoying one to fight. So you go to a shrine. Yeah, let's go to the shrine. Let's grab some upgrades. Could heal. I'm pretty confident. We're not really going to have anything to do with the essences, though, is the thing. We will have something to do with the souls. I mean, we're just going to take the HP. Why not? Why not? We're going to get a potion here. I haven't even used my potions. No, I don't want to brew it. Do I have other potions? I have a draw 3. I have a draw 1 potion. I have draw 3. Or, oh, it's draw potion if I were to brew it. No, I think draw 3 is better. Alright. Sometimes you have some cool cards like this where the other minions are he's like an Exodia. He just has his arms as other cards. Alright. Let's see if we can take you out here. 231, huh? Applies Fumble. The next X non-affliction cards you draw are sent to discard and replaced with volatile copies. Well, that's not fun. Alright. Let's go ahead and do our thing here. At this point, we're going to be discarding this so we can get another Hidden Blade. We'll do this to get a bunch of Hidden Blades. We'll do this to get another Hidden Blade. Honestly, I'm not sure. We might be... Can we just kill you? I don't think so. How much are these? Oh, 100? So we can just literally knock out one of you and not have to worry about you at all. I'm totally down for that. I guess that makes sense. It is your arm. So let's go ahead and spread the damage here. That makes... Wait, why is it hitting everybody? Oh, because this is triggering. Makes sense. Let's go ahead and... Well, we're gonna get rid of that anyway. Well, I was hoping we could get rid of that, but we're gonna get rid of him just so we don't have to worry about threat next turn. So, we're gonna draw a bunch of... Yeah, so it's gonna... Yeah, that's gross. It's gross. Volatile. What is volatile? It can't be purged, destroyed after being played, discarded, or at the end of turn. Okay. Now, I don't have any great way to build up my combo here. Let's go ahead and 15 damage, apply some bleed. Apply bleed to everybody. Go ahead and stiletto. It's fine. Makes another copy. And then we will just... Can't do that one, but we can't purge that one. Right, we're going to have another dead card because he dazed us. Ugh, 19 threat. Kind of gross. We did draw our sloth card. We could stack more bleed, which I probably am going to be doing. I should have done this first. I'm an idiot. Now we don't get our hidden blades. Always pay attention. The flashing green means, hey, dummy, play this card first, you idiot. Oh, Jesus. And I can't block anything here, so I'm going to do this just to build our combo up a little bit. Play this. Purge this. And now we're pretty good. We are pretty good, I think. We can draw a discard, get rid of the daze. Go ahead and... All alone. You're going to die to bleed. You're almost there. Lights you up. You die to bleed. There we go. And you died to the torch, too. What is this? The beast lays motionless before you. The rope around the giant's neck to snap. The beads it held spill into the dust before you. Reach down and pick up one from the debris. Unique artifacts. Delay block 1 each time a yellow... Oh, each time a stone is triggered? What do we have the most of? I feel like we have the most blue. Let's go with blue. Alright, now... Oh, we also have another black bead. Oh, interesting. So what else? What would we want a black bead? Not something with Swift. It's not great on anything with Swift. We could do all alone, but that's expensive. That's a lot of mana. Surefoot is kind of fine. Choose a bunch of rage. Does it work on this? Could we just get a crazy amount of bleed going? Not sure. Let's give it a shot. Why not? You live and you learn. Yeah, so we could go and fight this. If you wanted the card or if you wanted the upgrade, you could do it. We're just going to go fight the boss and then go into the last room. A bunch of these pinkies. Super annoying. When targeted by an attack or an ally is killed, increase frenzy by 1. Yeah, so the more you kill these guys, the more that's going to be tougher. Defeating the center enemy will end the fight. Increase by 1 each time you draw a card at 10. This enemy gains 1 attack point. Yeah. Kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. But we shall see. Actually, let's see how this works. Yeah, we just get another one. And we get another one. So we can go ahead. Let's get rid of this one. That's fine. Spend these. Cast this. Get that. Get this. And let's just get that bleed going. Just build the bleed. Because again, before we go into the final room, we're going to heal. So I'm not super worried about taking a bunch of damage here. Ooh, do we want to get vulnerable off on you? I think we do. But let's get rage going first. We'll go ahead and purge that to wound, and then we can purge that to get a little bit of block. And I'm gonna go ahead and cast that. Get a little bit of delayed block going. Now I don't have to worry about my block, and we can just focus on killing the boss. We're gonna draw a few less cards. Yeah, so you can see it looks like we're taking a bunch of damage, but remember, there you go. We're not. We're all good. Okay, big green glowing light means do this first. Okay, thank you, game. Stiletto, hidden blade, and we kill. Very nice. We get a new spell. Doesn't matter. Not going to use it because it's not that good. All right. So we could gain 2 upgrade points, gain additional 25 max HP, or get this artifact, which is what? Whenever bleed triggers or is reduced, rage 25. Yeah, that's pretty good. Honestly, I was gonna go for the upgraded points. This is pretty good. We're gonna take that. It pretty much just says you have static 25% increase in damage. Drop the commons. I don't think we need that. Our deck is pretty complete. We get some potions. Or obtain favor of the Capricorn. The 12th time you suffer threat in a battle, apply vulnerable 3 to all enemies. I don't think so. I think we're just gonna take the potions. Potions are fine. These last battles, there's a lot of need for AoE. Okay, so we are in the final room here. So the first thing we can do, you see, this is the boss's total health, or the final boss's total health. If you have any extra souls that you have not spent, you can just use them to deal a bunch of damage. So we're going to deal 379 damage just like that. And just like that, boss is lower. So we got 4 bosses here that we can fight, and you can choose to fight 2 of them. So let's take a look at what bonuses we get for the final battle when we kill them. During the void fight, starting from turn 6, draw and discard 2 at the start of each of your turns. That's okay. During the void fight, starting from turn 6, rage 75% at the start of each of your turns. That's nutty. The void will start with 20% damage taken, which is huge, because what, 10% is 77, so it's 140 damage right off the bat. During the fight, delay block 7 start of your turn. Okay, we are going to fight these two. This is a pretty clear one from my perspective. So let's go ahead. We got the Death Knight. This one, there is no AoE to be had. We are just going to be killing a big, bad old Death Knight that hits pretty hard. And you also have, each time you play a block card, you will suffer 1 Bane. Each time you draw a Bane, he will gain 4 attack points. So, of course, we want to be playing block cards, but at the same time, we don't, because he's going to hit us for a lot. So, we have, obviously, I want to do this, because it's going to give us our 3 Hidden Blades, so I'm going to do that first. Actually, we can do everything I want to do. Yeah, I can do everything I want to do. So, we're going to do Leading Edge, get our 3 Hidden Blades. We can go ahead and play our something extra. We're going to actually just discard this to get another Hidden Blade. Get rid of both of these. Cast this, which also gives us another Hidden Blade. Go ahead and do this, which gives us another combo and 8 Hidden Blades. And now we just make you bleed. We make you hurt. And we hit you a lot. There we go. And just like that, you're a third dead. Now he's bleeding, he's going to trigger bleed, and we're going to get rage because we have the glasses. And maybe I misunderstood what that meant. Whenever bleed triggers or is reduced. Ah, so that actually wasn't that great. Rage gain from passive bleed triggering will immediately go away at the end of turn. Yeah. So if I were to put... Oh, wait. So if I put bleed on you... Got it. Then I get rage. Understood. Let's go ahead and... So that's dealing damage because of the torch. Purge that for some energy because I'm going to sloth. And I'm going to splatter for 136 damage. Yeah, it seems reasonable. 1 mana, 136 damage. And now with Sloth, I basically don't have to worry about blocking for the rest of the fight. So I could do something extra, but I think instead what I'm going to do, because Vulnerable is so busted, I'm going to wound you, get rid of this, and then this is going to trigger 3 times. So it's what? 12 times 4 is 48. Plus the vulnerable is 96. And then you're taking 48 from bleed. Wait, did I do that wrong? Trigger plus 3, so 48. Why are you dealing 72? Oh, I think it's saying that it's triggering 3 times, not that it's triggering plus 3 times. I think it's just worded a little bit weird. So it's not dealing 48, it's dealing 36. Doubled is 72. Nope, I lied. I was correct the first time. It's 4 triggers. This is not double. It's an extra 50%. That makes sense. Half of 48 is 24, is 72. There we go. We got there. Math boys out there freaking out like, you don't know math. You don't know math. I know math. I forgot the buffs. Alright, so you're basically dead. I mean, you are dead. We don't have to do anything. So we'll just stiletto your face and we'll splatter you. And that's 1 boss down. 2 more to go. Okay, we got our Blessing of Patience. We get some Essence, which at this point doesn't mean anything. It just gives you some points, which we'll use to upgrade things later. We got our second fight. Now we do a little bit of AoE. So yeah, basically we have to kill all 3 at the same time if we don't want anything else to come in, but I don't think that's going to necessarily happen. Alright, so we can go ahead and do something extra. We will get rid of... I don't know, maybe... Yeah, let's do that. Get some of this going. Can get rid of that. We'll get this. We'll just spread out the damage a little bit. And this would kill someone, which I'm not, like, super crazy about. It's fine. We'll just start going. We haven't even seen this mechanic work. So I guess we'll show it off now. Like, an hour and a half into this video. So these guys are going to do their thing, and since we're not at full progress bar, we're going to have another enemy spawn here. And there he is. All right. So, let's go ahead and... Wound here gets a kill, so now we're up to 80%, so now I want to focus on killing him. Which, let's see, you're doing, what, 10 damage? Not enough. Light it up should be enough. Light it up is enough, so now we're at progress bar 100, and now we just have one enemy to take care of. Go ahead and purge this, which will take care of all that. Go ahead and increase the amount of bleed dealt by all our attacks. And as long as we can kill him, we don't have to worry about this threat. Which we can definitely do. And that is why I love that card. It's really good in AoE situations, and if you're down to your last enemy, you can just take him out. Alright, so we have some Void Stones. We have one Void Stone, and it's actually rigged. So we can, like, really set up our starting hand here if I wanted to. With what, though? Maybe Surefoot, just to start with, like, huge damage? Wound, I think, is going to be too expensive. Maybe Opportunist? No, I think it's going to be... I think I'm going to set up Splatter. I think... So, obviously, the reason I'm doing Splatter here is because I know what the final fight is. And this is a fight... Well, actually, to be fair, you would too, right? Because we could have done this after coming to this menu. So basically, the Void... Both of these enemies have to die before we attack the Void. So because of that, I need a good way to hopefully just kill one of these in the first turn, which is why I upgraded the card that I did. Yeah, because see, you're going to inflict 16 threat. Honestly, like the debuffs I can work around, and you grant highest HP minion taunt 2. So, yeah, if we can just basically... Right, because, like, if you're working on one and you can't kill it, it's going to taunt the other one, and then on your second turn, you won't be able to kill anything. So, let's go something extra. We'll go ahead and get rid of the All Alone. I'm not super worried about that this turn. We will Apprentice's Blade. We will get rid of the... Well, we're going to be getting rid of both of these. But I might use Light It Up here if I have enough damage. Although I don't think I'm going to. So let's go ahead and start working here. Yeah, I don't have nearly enough damage. Okay, so... I think what I'm going to do then, instead of lighting it up, or instead of splattering, I think I'm going to light it up. Well, we already have Overcharge. No, I'm going to do that. Because we have a lot of potential here with some AoE, with the AoE in our deck. So I might be able to just AoE him down. Well, not with this hand. Okay, well, we'll get this going. We'll go ahead and purge both of these. Get another one of these going. Draw, discard, see. No, we'll just get rid of that. And since you're taunting, this is the taunt right here. We'll go ahead and do that. Built up a little bit more overcharge, which I mean we're good for the rest of the battle. We don't have to do anything, at least with overcharge. Yeah, so unfortunately these glasses didn't work mostly the way I wanted them to. Yeah, so I should probably show this. So, has evasive. That's why we can't target it. Can't be the target of attacks. But if we do AoE, it will take some damage here, which is like what we can do right here. Can I build up enough combo for that, though? I can do 8 damage here. Build up a little block and some combo. Then we have that. So I'm going to go ahead and get Sloth going. Purge this, which will give us the energy. Well, it'll give us an extra energy. And then we can go ahead and do this, which is going to do a bunch of damage. Not going to kill. Yeah, and you're not going to die to bleed. Okay, we're still going to do it. Ultimately, now that we have Sloth up, we should be pretty safe. Now, the downside to potions is that if you don't have them queued up, you can only use one potion in a fight. So, like, I only have the heal potion. So even though we have a bunch of potions that are sitting in our bag, can't actually activate them. And I don't know. I'm actually going to do this right now. Okay, yeah, I wanted to see if we used one, if it would load up the next one, but it doesn't. Okay, here. So, I'm going to start... I can't do everything I want to. I can purge this to get Hidden Blade, but I want to build up combo. And I also want to do this, but I also want Blade Storm. I want it all. So, I think what's more important is we're going to Blade Storm. We're going to wound this one because you have a lot of health. I'm going to purge this one. Gives me a little more energy. We can Stiletto. You're going to die to bleed now, so I don't have to worry about you. Now I can focus on you. You're almost dead. Don't have to worry about that because our delayed block is going to clear it. You die to bleed. Or actually, what did you die to? I didn't think you were going to die to bleed. Choose one card to discard. I would love to discard this Bane that you put in my hand. Let's go ahead and do the glowing green card right here. Which will make us some Hidden Blades. We'll go ahead and Apprentice's Blade. Make some more Hidden Blades. Go ahead and just do all of these. Apply 6 bleed for every one. And then a big splatter. It's a medium splatter. And then what was this again? We'll gain 1 AP every turn, and whenever debuffs are reduced, they go down by 1 or more. Right, so as our debuffs go down, he's going to keep getting stronger. So, man, we really don't have a good attack here, do we? Go ahead and purge this for energy. Purge this. We'll do this, which clears all our vulnerability stacks. Honestly, I don't really want to build up my combo this turn that much. Let's just go ahead and draw a discard. Yeah, that's fine. I'll build up more combo. Do I want to do this? Yeah, I think this is fine. Just build up some more bleed. Might as well build up bleed earlier rather than later. Although, maybe it was better to hold it because then we can trigger bleed and increase our rage. Well, we have nothing we can do to block this damage, which is fine. Let's go ahead and do Blade Storm first. And since it's solo, it's triggering additional time. It's going to give us rage. So we got all this rage. So this is doing way more than 12. Going to increase our combo here. And with any luck, that looks like it might be a kill. And there we go. We have defeated the Void, cleared the run, and now we get a bunch of rewards. There we go. And that is Vault of the Void. That is how it works. Now, at the end of each run, you're going to get some Void points. And what do you do with those Void points? Well, let's talk about what meta progression is like in this game. I'm going to be honest, I think meta progression is one of the weakest aspects to this game, in my opinion. So this is the end when we get to choose mastery. So I've already mastered 2 cards here. So let's go ahead and master... I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't really like a lot of these master cards. I'm just going to do Scattershot because it's early AoE. So one thing I wish this game had was an Ascension system. Unfortunately, it does not have an Ascension system. I prefer that. Now, there is a way to increase your difficulty. Of course, first off, there is your difficulty levels, right? All the way up to Impossible Plus, which is going to increase, obviously, a bunch of difficulties. The other way that you can do it is these challenge coins. So the challenge coins you can unlock with the void points, which is what we got at the end of the run. Each coin is going to do a couple things. It's going to give a couple artifacts or a couple like bonuses basically. So like at the start of every even turn, add 3 hidden blades to your hand. First time each turn you expel a card, you draw 1. And it's going to give you the challenge coin. So that is going to be, in this case, each time you expel or destroy a card, suffer 3 threat. Start the run with 25 less HP. So obviously, you know, with these, with every time you expel a card, like you want to expel cards because you get bonuses, but at the same time, you're getting punished for those same things. So there is these. The reason I don't like this above Ascension is because Ascension kind of gives you, I prefer the linear difficulty path of like, okay, my next goal is to complete Ascension 1 and then Ascension 2, and it continuously increases the difficulty a little bit at a time. I think these challenge coins are kind of meant to do like maybe 2 or 3 at a time. I don't think you would ever do all of these at the same time. I think you would lose super fast. I haven't looked at all of them, so I don't know if that's even possible. Maybe it is. And if it does kind of work like Ascensions, that you could do like Fishhook, then Worksite Accident, and then Common Man, and then Bare Bones, and kind of stack them up, maybe you can do that, and you know, maybe I will live to eat my own words. But initially looking at it, I wasn't the craziest about this. Now, basically, you have 44 coins that you can unlock, right? So that's why I don't think you can do 44 basically Ascensions and medals. So basically, you have 44 coins for 4 characters. Let's do the math here. 44 times 4 is 176. So basically, that's what you're looking to do, is clear every coin with each character. But there's also a lot of other stuff you can unlock. So if we go into our unlocks, we obviously have the class masteries, which you don't have to spend anything to do. It's just completing runs. So ultimately, you would want to complete 40 runs. You have card backs, which you can spend your void points on. As far as I have found, there is no way to buy void points. So this is all simply unlocked through either playing the game. Well, hold the phone there. You can buy supporter packs, which will help the devs build this game more, because you know it's still it's still being built. But you can't buy the void points, right? And there's no PvP anyway, so even if you could, who cares? It's just cosmetics, right? So you can buy different card backs. You can buy different battlefields, again with void points, not with money, as far as I'm aware. You can buy different alternate art for your card. So if you have a certain card that you like, maybe, you know, you like this blasphemous, or you like this, you know, full artwork. And I think it might be, yeah, it looks like it's actually a set. So like Sloth here, if we want to get full art for that, we could do that. That's kind of cool. What else could we do here? We have alternate art setup. So you can set up each individual card how you want. And then purge effects, which is, you know, kind of small, but maybe you want a cool little rainbow whenever you purge something. Maybe you want, you want your cards to decrypt. What else could you want? You could want a fireball every time, you know. So there's some cool little effects that you can do to, yeah, to make your runs a little bit more unique to you. So yeah, ultimately that is Vault of the Void. I really dig this game. It is a nice twist on the roguelike deck builder genre. I always go to roguelike first, but deck builder. It's a nice little twist on the deck builder genre. Like I said in the beginning, I don't think this game is for everyone. I think there's going to be some people who look at the, I'm going to say quote unquote draft mechanics and think that you can plan out your deck a little bit too nicely. And for the most part, like I do kind of agree with that, right? But at the same time, I like the whole deck building aspect that you can swap out cards. So if you do go in a fight where you need a little bit more AoE, or maybe a card just doesn't work out the way you want it to, right? I've had so many runs in other games where the first card I draft is a card that just doesn't make my ultimate like end deck, and it just doesn't work, and it's just a dead card. So in this game, if you want it to be a little bit more lax in terms of your drafting, you can totally do that. You can swap out cards. You can try out new cards. It's a really cool, it's a really fun game. I do really enjoy Vault of the Void. Guys, what did you think of Vault of the Void? Let me know down below in the comments section. And do you think that the changes that Vault of the Void has to the overall deck building genre are positive for you, or are they overall negative for you and you like the more like Again, classic Slay the Spire style deck builder. Let me know. If you like the video, please leave a like on the video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We do all kinds of roguelikes and roguelites, deck and dice builders, and tactical strategy games. But for today, guys, I've been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.